Just to inform you that this Beach Boys Brian Wilson quiz was in preparation before the untimely death of him yesterday.
Very sad times indeed. A fantastic musician and a great contributor to the music world. He'll be surely missed. We've got 20 questions for you. You'll get 10 and then 10 answers, then the last 10 and 10 answers. Good luck.
Cheers.
Question 1. What was their first top 10 hit in the UK? Question 2. What was their first top 10 hit in the US? Question 3. In which song are the lyrics Hal and his famous ashtray? Question 4. What was their first album release? Question 5. Who wrote the song Surfing Safari? Question 6. Chuck Berry was later credited as a songwriter on what song? Question 7. Pet Sounds was released in what year? Question 8. What American state are the Beach Boys originally from? Question 9. What make of car is featured in the song Little Deuce Coupe? Question 10. What make of motorbike did they sing about on the album All Summer Long?
Here come the answers to the first 10 questions.
Here we go, folks. Question 1. What was their first top 10 hit in the UK? I Get Around, the year we were born, 1964. Question 2. What was their first top 10 hit in the US? Surfing USA, 1962. We weren't born then.
We weren't.
Number 3. In which song are the lyrics Hal and his famous ashtray? Barbara Ann. Question 4. What was their first album release? Surfing Safari. Question 5. Who wrote the song Surfing Safari? Mike Love and Brian Wilson. Question 6. Chuck Berry was later credited as a songwriter on what song? Surfing USA. Question 7. Pet Sounds was released in what year? 1966. Question 8. What American state are the Beach Boys originally from? California. Question 9. What make of car is featured in the song Little Deuce Coupe? Ford. Question 10. What make of motorbike did they sing about on the album All Summer Long? Honda. Hi, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the first 10 questions. There is another 10 to come. But firstly, in order to grow our channel, we do have to have lots of people subscribing and liking our pages. So we've only got one thing really to ask of you, and that is to Steve,
Please subscribe.
please subscribe. Here comes the next 10 questions.
Question 11. What sort of food was mentioned on Fun, Fun, Fun? Question 12. Glenn Campbell played guitar on which album? Question 13. Which Eddie Cochran song did they cover? Question 14. What is the name of the record label they founded in 1966? Question 15. What was the title of the band's last studio album? Question 16. I Get Around was featured in what 1989 movie? Question 17. In what 1988 film soundtrack album was Kokomo on? Question 18. With which American rap trio did they record Wipeout? Question 19. With which British group did they record Fun, Fun, Fun in 1996? Question 20. What was the title of the 2014 biopic about Brian Wilson? 10 seconds to the answers, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Question 11. What sort of food was mentioned on Fun, Fun, Fun? Hamburger. Question 12. Glenn Campbell played guitar on which album? Pet Sounds. Question 13. Which Eddie Cochran song did they cover? Summertime Blues. Question 14. What is the name of the record label they founded in 1966? Brother Records. Question 15. What was the title of the band's last studio album? That's Why God Made the Radio. Question 16. I Get Around was featured in what 1989 movie? Look Who's Talking. Question 17. In what 1988 film soundtrack album was Kokomo on? Cocktail. Question 18. With which American rap trio did it record Wipeout? The Fat Boys. Question 19. With which British group did it record Fun 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 in 1996? Status Quo. Question 20. What was the title of the 2014 biopic about Brian Wilson? Love and Mercy.
Okay, I know we've got this quiz out really quickly about what's happened and what's been announced today, but we just want to talk a little bit about how we feel about the music from the Beach Boys. Steve, can you tell me a bit about your favourite parts about the Beach Boys and what you enjoyed?
I mean, number one, the Beach Boys have been around longer than what I have. I'm 61. That music is, especially from the early 60s, Help Me Rhonda, Surfing USA, Fun Fun Fun, Surfing Safari, Barbara Ann, to the mid 60s stuff. God only knows, Good Vibrations, and some of the later stuff. It's just marvelous, well constructed, well written, played pop music. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Haven't played many of those songs, but I certainly remember playing Fun 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 in our band a few years ago.
We did, yeah. Alec loved it.
Alec, our bass player, loved it. Yeah, he sang that one, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, he did.
And yeah, it's just it's a sad day to hear Brian Wilson's death, but we'll have to go sometime.
For me, Steve, I've put the album cover up there. The one I think that one it came out in 1997 or something around that era, and that's the one that I had, and that encased a lot of the big greatest hits. A bit like Steve, Fun Fun Fun, a Surf and Safari, all of these songs, I was brought up with because my mum loved the Beach Boys, absolutely adored them. She had quite an eclectic music sound that she liked, but she had the Beach Boys on regular. But for me, it's about the harmonies, the way the music was produced. It was like layers upon layers upon layers. You knew just by listening to it, there was like lots and lots of layers on it, that there'd been months and months of work went into this. Like back then in the 60s, it's not like now how quickly something can be produced. They really worked hard on their sound, and they refined it really, really well. And how they even managed to produce it live was something else as well. So for me, it's a sad day for music. That loss of Brian Williams. Wilson. Sorry, I can't even get his name right because because it's really sad. So Brian Wilson, rest in peace.
Definitely.